Vanglorious Vanguard.
Knowledge born.
Yeah.
United front.
Tell it.
What you want, what you want, what you want.
To the Knowledge Radio.
We in here. What you got? Dot.
Work hard as a slave to one day be your savior. The wave unwavering. This is a labor of love. Rise with a purpose every day. Invigorated. If we were on TV, we'd be 10 times syndicated. If we waited for validation, a paycheck or accolades, we'd be starved, already lost or ran away. But when your square's solid and your circle too, you don't need a place for silence. The concept is conquered through media, not areas of people activity. A mix that don't lose ethnicity, tightness that don't lose elasticity. Explicitly, this isn't where we give the novice regard. Nah, this is where knowledge is born. Last time that I checked, I'm undefeated. Deliver edicts, can't resist when the gods build and manifest freedom. When lines get crossed, they may push a loss, cause they get handed a check. We kick a can and cancel your cancerous gestures. A prophet vision, precision, the prescription for the sickness is to inoculate your fate with the winning. Arrogant beginnings turn to humble endings. And US with KBA is a win-win. 1K, 1K.
This how the screen go. Let me do this with the screen. Let me do this crazy shit with the screen. Because y'all ain't come to see me. Y'all came to see this right here. You understand? Y'all came to see this right here. You understand? We about to talk about brotherhood. We about to talk about sacrifice. We about to talk about redemption. We about to talk about fatherhood, wellness, hip-hop. And I could not do it. We could not do it without showing the possibility of what the future holds. Yesterday don't have to define you. You understand what I'm saying? Yesterday is supposed to inspire you to show you a better tomorrow. So I'm about to go all the way back to 1804 and introduce the John Jack Dessalines and hip hop, QB's own, QB's finest, next to Jersey's finest, going down right now. You understand what I'm saying? The Imhotep and hip hop coming out of Jersey. We're gonna put this all together. We're gonna have the Haitian Revolution in Kemet on Do the Knowledge Radio right motherfucking now. So put your hands together and show your love for my brothers. My brothers.
Peace.
Do that shit. Do that shit like we on God Champs right now. You understand what I'm saying? We on God Champs right now.
Let's do it, baby.
All right. And let me bring in my hip hop mastermind. You understand? My hip hop mastermind. Let me do this shit right too. Got to do this shit right too, right here. You understand? The mastermind, the man who found healing and being intelligent cool. You understand? He's an intelligent hoodlum that followed up after that intelligent hoodlum we know as Tragedy Gaddafi. You see what I'm saying? We got BX finest. We got a mastermind who's healing and educating our children, who chose our babies. He said, the hell with us adults, and chose our babies. And he started with his own child to know that this work. A disciple will save you. Let's give it up for my brother, the man, the myth, the legend, the healer, and the for realer. Dr. Motherfucking Enqi in the building!
Yeah. And the crowd goes crazy. We about to score 50 piece on these niggas tonight.
I was going live here with my brother Killa, man. We got Cleveland in the building. We got B-More in the building. We got Hip Hop Legends Podcast, man. 3 podcasts came together and collaborated for this common cause. And we couldn't do this without showing love and paying homage to the real ones, the ones who gave us the streets and the education. You understand what I'm saying? Smart hip hop in the building, man. Welcome to the platform, man. We're honored to have y'all. Honored to have y'all. You understand?
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate it.
Got Dessalines in the building.
Oh man.
I'm running with that.
That's it. That's how I know you. You understand? Yeah, that's how I know you. That's the truth. You see what I'm saying? Like, so when I say redemption, when I say sacrifice, we know you know what I mean. Like other people might know you from the microphone. You see what I'm saying? Like, so to see how far you come, to see how far you come and to see that brother next to you, how far he came. You understand what I'm saying? Like, y'all could have been doing all kind of everything else, but choosing the path that y'all chose is truly the definition of redemption. We didn't get to say this to Malcolm. We read about this shit going down with Malcolm and may know some people who was with him. So I could say it to you, like I could say it to Mega, like I could say it to Trash, like I could say it to Nori. You see what I'm saying? Like, to see grown men come do grown man things in the space of fatherhood, you know what I'm saying? Raising families and changing the narrative. You know what I'm saying? Back to once it came, is love, man. We all fathers here. We got love, honor, and respect for one another, and we brothers, and we really doing this. You see what I'm saying? So I know you can sit down in a bunch of interviews and they be like, yo, tell me about this and that. But I'm like, man, we got black fathers here. You see what I'm saying? We can change. Shit, Killa a grandfather. I'm telling on Killa right now. Killa a grandfather. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
So your new name Papa Killa.
Yeah.
Your new name
You know what
Papa Killa.
I'm Killa in the building. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's legacy, man. Oh,
And I'm with it. I'm with it. I love every second of it for sure.
That's a fact.
I'm not ready for it yet, but I look forward to being one.
that's real.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's real.
Like, yo, I got a 17-year-old daughter. You feel me? Like, I ain't ready for that shit yet. You feel me? Like, yo, after college, yo, then you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be more prepped. You feel me? But
Yeah.
I ain't ready.
I got two 21-year-olds and a 16-year-old. All girls. Nigga, I ain't
I got 10 children and 4 grandchildren. I'm about ready to graduate to great grandpa.
Oh,
Yo,
you
first of all, we got to salute Dr. Enqi.
Salute that shit right
Never
there.
strapping up in life, period, yo. That nigga is
Never.
a goat, bro. He is a goat, yo. 10 kids, yo, bro.
Yo,
Yeah,
he read chapter 1 of the Bible and was like, that's me. That's it. That's what. Put the rest of that shit away. You like be fruitful and multiply.
Man, that's the first commandment. The nigga Enqi was on that CMOS shit way before nigga, bro. That's what. CMOS shit way before niggas, bro. As a young nigga.
Hey, either he was on that peanut punch or that motherfucking tiger bone back in the day.
Nah, definitely the peanut punch. The dreads was coming up in my the dreads. Like my mom used to fuck with this Jamaican dude named Stretch back in the days.
It sounds like the story's gonna go crazy.
Nah.
Jamaican nigga named Stretch.
Yeah. Nah, he used to have all the dreads in my crib. And they used to be making that shit in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Boss with the, you know, all that island shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the peanut punch, CMOS, sorrow, all that shit.
So I think they're responsible for me watching porn too early and shit like that. Yo, 10 is amazing, bro. Like, yo, my daughter, that nigga got 23 kids, bro.
Oh,
wow. I got 23 kids and he like 78.
23?
Yeah, like 22 kids, bro.
I was caught out this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Stroking.
That's
he
was
walking around where he jump off on the shopping cart. Come on. Come on, he wheeling him in on the shopping cart.
Yo, that nigga was everywhere with him, bro. I was like, God damn. Yeah, that's that island shit though. But nah, I can't front though. Like, yo, my mom's only like dated island niggas. So like I got introduced to that shit at like 17, 18, you feel me? And them niggas put me on that shit. And I was like, yo, like, yeah, this shit is different, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Yeah, I grew up a West Indian, godparents, so I understand all the islands. I used to go to Trinidad every year.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's different.
It's different.
Different.
That's how you make the transition so easy to more conscious type of music and really working in the community because that's your background already. A lot of times people be seeing us and they think who they see at that moment is who we totally are. Fully. Like there's nothing else going on with us or our background and shit. And
Niggas got all kind of backgrounds. So later on, you don't know,
all kinds of backgrounds, and that give us fruit right there. That's just fruit to learn, and because I look at, what's the crazy thing is, I look at the way people are trying to eat and live now. West Indians been doing that.
Been on that shit.
Been on it.
That's a fact.
Sour, sea moss, sour sap, all that. I used to drink all that from my godparents when I was a kid, and I'm talking about the 80s.
That's a certain.
You know what I'm saying? So when I look at who runs juice bars and who does certain things, you always see a West Indian man running the juice bar, running the wellness bar. They've been on it. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't nothing new. We just didn't stick to the script, and now we at where we at.
Facts.
Well,
you remember a health food store back in the day? Cats look like you got possessed by some shit. You in Detroit, like why ain't no lights on in this motherfucker? You in the health food store, like they're like, they're the hex in that joint. You going crazy from that? You see what I'm saying? So yeah.
Look, you see.
Can we talk health real quick since we there?
Wait, look, what is Locke doing though? Because I'm seeing the arms and the forearms and the shoulders and shit. What's going on, Locke?
I'm chilling, man. What's going on, man? Everything good?
Look like the calisthenics is happening though.
Nah. I'm definitely trying to do my little push-ups and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And I remember you hitting me at like early in the morning talking about am I working out? Yeah, definitely, man. Just trying to keep it together, man. Trying to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Staying healthy. I'm not trying. Staying healthy.
Facts. But I think that's a strong point that poem made though, because I was trying to really like highlight that amongst all the chaos and confusion that Dr. Sebi is a lane that the CMOS came through and got popular in, but before Dr. Sebi, it was all dreads that was making the CMOS. We can't forget the dreads and the rosters. You know what I'm saying? Like they've been holding shit down for a long time. That's a real strong point right there. And it was everything with that. It was the CMOS, it was the herbs, it was the Ito shops, which was the original vegan spots. It wasn't no vegan spots because niggas wasn't even using the word vegan. There wasn't even no fucking word vegan. That wasn't even in existence.
Let me tell you what was the word vegan. Rasta pasta.
Facts. That's what it was called, though. Yo, what you eating? That Rasta pasta.
But I'm cheating right now. I'm eating pizza.
That's all right.
Yo,
this is the judgment-free zone.
Right. Yo, what's up with like niggas scamming with the CMOS and shit? Like what? Yo,
it's selling CMOS and Yaki bungers right now.
Yeah, it's the new hustle, man. It's crazy.
Niggas is out there cutting CMOS with fake shit off of Amazon.
Oh man.
Niggas is out there telling motherfuckers that you can eat CMOS raw when the Dreads and Dr. Sebi both agree that CMOS supposed to be cooked. Niggas been cooking CMOS for 200 years already. Some goofy niggas following some hippies from the 70s that was getting high on shit came up with this idea of a raw food diet that doesn't even really exist in nature. You don't have that. You have the things that your species is designed to eat. You can eat those things raw, but everything else you have to cook and prepare. So berries and leaves, a motherfucker can eat raw, but if you're gonna eat heavy vegetables, they gotta be cooked because it's too much. The plant fibers is too strong for the nutrients that's stored in those plants to be released in your body. So when you eating like a broccoli raw, that's doing nothing but you're gonna have a little bowel movement, but you're not getting nutrients out of that. You gotta put some heat on that broccoli so your body could break it fully down. If you're eating cabbage, you gotta heat that cabbage so your body could break it fully down. You get a little bit of nutrient loss in the water, but all you gotta do is use that water for something else. You know what I'm saying? Or like if you're making some cabbage, take that water and use that water to season your salad. Like turn that into a condiment instead of throwing that away. You know what I'm saying? Or throw that same water in your blender and put your smoothie mix in there. You know what I'm saying? So you don't lose them nutrients. But yeah, you gotta break that stuff. You gotta break the fibers up with so that your body can,
I was curious. I seen niggas selling like gold sea moss, and you know what I'm saying, and all type of other shit, bro. Like yo, like I was like yo, my brother sell it. You know what I'm saying? My brother sell it.
Let me tell you what's so crazy, bro. The sea moss shit got so crazy that niggas didn't even know what they were selling. They keep saying sea moss, and I was asking niggas like, "What do you mean sea moss?" Because we know the people that know what they're doing. We know that sea moss is not even really moss; it's actually algae. So
Okay.
when you talk about sea moss, you're talking about cotton eye, which is like a thick, stringy kind of sea moss. Gracilaria, which is a type of sea moss. Chondrus crispus, which is properly called Irish moss. But all three of them is different types of algae. So I'm asking niggas what type of algae you making. Niggas like, what's algae? I'm like, wait a minute. How the fuck is you selling sea moss and you don't even know what's algae, my nigga? I'm like, so you don't even got no business touching these plants and these different, because you don't know what you. But it's the hustler mentality where niggas feel like, oh, well, niggas copping them, so I'm gonna just buy some and sell it.
Yeah.
Silver sea moss.
Right. You can't.
I'm confused, bro. Like,
yeah, you gotta.
Going on out here,
right. You gotta fuck with somebody that could teach you first, so you could be a student. Then you graduate to OG. You don't just. You just jump out the neighborhood. You gotta wait on the block, nigga. You about to tear you up. You gotta start small and you working your shit up. You building up. You don't just. Oh, I'm the man with. I'm representing Seymour. This goofy nigga. I ain't even gonna give niggas free promo in this video, but. You got one goofy nigga talking about, I'm the ambassador to this sea moss country. I'm like, bro, sea moss is not a sea moss country, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, niggas just making up shit, and then they add words like organic, alkaline, vegan. Right. This organic, alkaline, vegan sea moss. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck is that? That's not even a real thing. you just throwing trendy health words together. You know, this is the organic, 100% alkaline, raw. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, nigga. That's crazy. Word. So yeah, the sea moss game got nuts, man. I just got to jump out there because they fucking up the bag for everybody with the goofy shit. You know, talking about sea moss cure every disease. How sea moss cure every disease when the niggas that introduced you to sea moss had other shit? If you went to the juice bar, if sea moss cure everything, they wouldn't have no other juices. They would just have sea moss only. Yeah. Dr. Sebi would have never had mad different formulas and herbs and protocols. If sea moss healed every fucking disease, he would just have sea moss. So I'm like, nobody came. Like, this is some shit that niggas is really making up on the fly. Oh yeah, we're gonna use sea moss to cure AIDS, diabetes, this. No, that's a snake. That's a snake oil salesman. That's the old school niggas. I got caught a few times on Florida Road with the 3-card shit, with the with the ball under the 3 tops and all that. I learned.
We got some in the comments.
They were.
Oh shit! But yeah, that's what it is, man. Niggas,
that's crazy, though, bro. Like,
see what you got started wrong.
They what?
You said you just started up this.
You got started out here. You know what I'm saying? Started up that sea moss shit. You know what I'm saying? You got a blue magic session just for that. You see what I'm saying? That shit, you got a blue magic session. You see what I'm saying? You got the fam in the building right now.
But no. I'm gonna go in on that on the documentary. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's get into this music shit, because that's what's the most important thing right now, especially in terms of what's happening with our babies on the street. I think that Tone and Lock is like the future right now. This is what we really need. Like, y'all don't really know, but what y'all doing is almost like herbs for the street. Y'all coming with healing on a whole nother level. And niggas need it right now, because what they need to see is authentic niggas with stripes on the front line actually talking that shit. It's different with a nigga with dreads and sandals and he burning incense and all that super goofy shit. Nobody ain't listening to that shit. What are you saying? Like, you can't talk to the people that need to hear what need to hear. You got to be relatable. Yeah, with stripes that niggas respect on multiple different levels coming like, oh, nah, them is official niggas all the way around. Those are thorough niggas coming with that message. So now it's another level.
We had army jackets on because of you. We had army jackets and fatigues on because of you. Shit was Iraq. Shit was Kuwait. You understand? Like shit was no longer what it was. Like take that shit in. Like Like we was in the streets like we're in Iraq now. You understand? Because of you. You know what I mean? Like, and we can tell you. You know, we can tell you. We see you because he wasn't. This not one. Let me just say this real quick. I'm gonna get off of it. This is not one that you would never see. This is one that you would see everywhere.
Fact.
One deep.
Look, niggas.
One deep. You will see. You can see him one deep. Like, so if you had something, if you had some slick shit, if you had some slick shit, that's a whole nother thing. So that's so what I'm saying, like, y'all changed the landscape and brought back knowledge to the game because it got funny for a little while. It got funny, shiny suits and all kind of shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, it got real funny. You know, like the tight clothes now.
I like it.
Yeah. But it's still like a reformer.
That's when the money switch, though. That's when the money switch. Like at the end of the day, one thing you gotta understand, and sometimes we all fail to realize is that we all do this to feed our family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So whether you wear a shiny suit and you didn't want to wear a shiny suit, you're still trying to feed your family. So when I look at certain eras of hip hop, a lot of people didn't do it by choice. They did it by necessity. You know what I'm saying? They needed to do that because you can't win one way, and you can find out you can win a totally different way. And then if it work, it work. If it don't, it don't. But fuck it, try it. And I look at like certain phases of hip hop when you went through the shiny suit era, then you went through the straight Cash Money, Jabot jeans and white tee era before that era. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know.
But
I tend to like when people say like, you know, hip hop, like, you know, when they criticize the state of hip hop, everybody get a shot. That's what it's meant for. Everybody get a shot. It's what you do with your shot. You know what I'm saying? Like some people look at Flo Rida. He was not always this type of artist.
Right.
He critiqued and switched. And then you're gonna have the people saying Flo Rida is whack. But then you're gonna have the people that know Flo Rida who know him from the Flo Rida prior to down, all that shit.
Yeah.
He was hard. You know what I'm saying?
Those are good
you know
records,
what I'm
though,
saying?
you know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. He critiqued it. But some people may say he's a whack artist. Not because he got a hit record because, or not because he's not rhyming hard as, you know, other people in this day and age. But if he was to go back to who he was before this, they'd be like, oh shit. So everybody that you may hear, like, and I take the reason why I say that because that's my era too, like the shiny suit, the 9-7, 9-8, even though I came out before it, but a lot of my homies is from the shiny suit era. And they're not shiny suit niggas. You know what I'm saying?
I think hip hop goes in cycles though. Like it always goes back to the streets. Like no matter what.
That might be
that's what it came from. It comes in phases. You know what I'm saying? And the shiny era was just what it was. It was that for what it was. It came back. You had 9-8. You had X. You know what I'm saying? Like when X came out, like X almost killed the shiny suit era by himself. You feel me?
And he was part of it.
Right.
He was on every song with everybody with a shiny suit.
Right. That's facts, though. That's facts.
Yeah.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Let's be clear.
That's facts.
He was gonna wear a shiny suit. If he did, with shiny pants and no shirt.
Right.
But he was part of that. That was just an era that was like that. Diddy controlled, man. He controlled the look of hip hop at that time. If you didn't look like that, you wasn't winning.
Yeah.
Straight up. And look where he's at now. Look where every artist, you know.
What's your favorite era of hip hop?
I mean, for me, I think my favorite era of hip hop was probably the 80s. Like, the 80s, 90s, like the early 90s, because I got to see like the whole transition. I'm not gonna say the 70s because I was too young, but to see like the 83 on of hip hop was crazy. Like going from listening to Just Ice and Grand Puba and Masters of Ceremony and then they hit him in 91 doing One for All, you know what I mean? Like just the growth. of the way music sounded. Everything sounded so cheesy back then. And then the shit started getting finding ways to make music sound better. So I like the 80s because I see everybody that now that we all take from. We all take from it. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's understandable. That's word. Yeah, that's word, man. That's dope.
We all take from.
That's dope.
Go ahead, Killa.
Lock.
Yo.
In the interview, I heard you use the term educational hip hop. Yes, sir. Now, that don't always work. You know, people try and teach, you know, with the music. In a certain era, there was a lot of teaching where it was kind of mixed in. You got the street stuff, you got the educational stuff, but it doesn't always go over well. What made you decide to take that kind of lane?
Because it was a natural fit for me, as far as you know, the way that I rap and the merger of how did I rap with bringing in information, and I could still be aggressive and I could still, you know, do this style. It was just a natural match made in heaven. So I think it works for me because I'm not trying to force a circle into the square box. You know what I'm saying? This is like a natural thing, and I enjoy doing it. And you can just hear the passion, and it'll work and it'll resonate. Because if I didn't really feel it, you know, it would sound awkward. You know what I mean? But you know, when other artists do it, you know what I'm saying? When Capone does it, you know what I'm saying? You can hear it. When KRS-One does it, you can hear it. When Roscoe does it, you can hear it. When Nas does it, when Big Daddy Kane, you know what I'm saying? When Poor Righteous Teachers, when Grand Poole, as you was mentioning, when all of these brothers is dropping their jewels, you can hear it. You can hear it as opposed to listening to somebody trying to do something for kids, you know?
Now, what brought y'all two together to make these masterpieces that y'all been putting together?
You said, what was that?
It broke up.
What brought the two of you together to make the music that you're making now?
Yeah, I don't understand again. I know you didn't.
You said, how did the two of us together make the music we're making now?
No.
How did
y'all come together? Like, how did y'all come together?
Okay. Nah, I mean, you know, it was. I'm gonna let him tell the story because he's part of the bring together. So I'm gonna let him tell.
Well, shout out to my man Merc.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? That's my man. And I was just in the studio chilling or listening to some tracks or whatever. And the first thing he was telling me that he was working with Capone. Like, yo, son, I'm working with Capone. But he was just talking about some projects. I'm like, oh, word. I'm like, oh, that was cool. That was like the first mention of it. Then after that, I think, you know what I'm saying, he had an event at a studio. I'm there, and that's the first time I seen Capone. You know, we met. You know what I mean? But we didn't say he was like, yo, peace, what's up? You know what I'm saying? And that type of thing. But I'm like, Merc, you know, I'm working on this educational joint. The album was done, but I'm like, yo, if it's possible, can I get Pone on it? We'll do another, you know, I'll do another joint if he say yeah. He like, cool. Asked him, Pone was like, cool. That was the Pone Redemption. So we met in that studio session, you know, just coming there to record the song. It was me, Pone, shout out to my man Jack Sparrow and Merc Beats. That was, I would say, the genesis of, you know, we went from there. You know what I mean? Everything kind of started from there. The studio session, recording the song, the attitude, the friendship, doing more music, churning out the Wolves EP. Everything started from that session.
It's fire. Totally organic.
Organic. No, nothing was forced. This wasn't about nothing but genuine brothers loving music.
Right.
And he loving my music, I'm loving his music, so we're walking through this music together. Because one song wasn't enough on our love of music. One song is like a teaser, like, oh, we sound good.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there was like one song turned into two songs turned into three. Like, you know what? Let's keep it moving. Let's keep this train.
How long did it take to make the album?
Shit, not long at all.
You know, this one, I mean, for me, that depends, you know, when you're talking about educational joints. Because I think that's two different questions for me. And I say, because, you know, with Pone, he's a fast writer, you know what I mean? But when we was working on the Wolves joint, it was fast writers in too, you know what I'm saying? But for me, it might. We did the Wolves joint quick, and we was definitely turning it around.
Right.
But I was pushing myself. I was doing this, you know what I mean? It was you know, I'm with the guys, so it was competitive. You know, it was a lot going on.
Right.
But I could be working on a song for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on a song now. It's about Ida B. Wells, and it's taking me time. The more I learn about it, the bigger, you know what I'm saying, I want the song to be, or the more information I want to go inside of it. So sometimes, you know, when you think you know something, and then it turns into this, and then it turns into this, and you're like, yo. And the point is still to come back and make the music, but you know, you get caught up in different people, you know, especially when you don't know about them. I didn't know that much about Ida B. Wells.
Yeah.
As much as a Malcolm X or Martin, or, you know what I'm saying, and Dr. Band or something like that. Like,
right.
It was different.
So going to the educational rap, like, so how's your writing process? Like, because you're taking so much and putting it into, you know what I'm saying, in a musical format. Like, what's your approach to that?
I just let the beat kind of guide me. You know, so once I have all of the information that I want to say,
yeah,
you just be listening to the beat and making sure the words come out the way I want them to. Once I know what to say, then I could, you know, that part is easy. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It's knowing everything that you want to say and choosing. You got, you know, 2.5, 3 minutes. Right. So you can't just put everything. You know what I mean? You want to pick certain stuff. That's why it's like, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, yo, let me put this here, and you start formulating.
Right. Are you more so you got to beat first, or you got an idea of what you already gonna say?
Both.
Okay.
Both. You know what I'm saying? It could be, you know, out here. This last song that I'm working on, I got the beat, but I was already gathering the information. But when I got the beat, now I got the flow. You know what I'm saying? Like, now I got the hook. Now I could like fill in the bars and, you know,
right,
stuff like that.
No, that's fine, man. It's dope.
I gotta ask you this real quick. I ain't never get a chance to ask. How does it feel to have two of the greatest hood songs, arguably 3, about you?
How do I feel to have arguably 2 or 3 of the greatest hood songs about me? And that is
right. I was about to ask that question.
Live Long 2, and Phone Time.
Okay. Yeah. Damn.
That's decent.
I didn't even think about that. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. Like, you know what's crazy though?
When I talk to LG, Lord, I said his verse and Hold You Down.
Yeah.
After your joints. You understand what I'm saying? It's like the greatest shit ever. Like he said, even if the president come, I cock my shit. You understand? Like that. That's you can't replace that. You see what I'm saying? So when you look at Live Long 2, and Phone Time, like you in different spaces. You're not in the same spaces as you is. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, sometimes it's another joint that's in there too. You see what I'm saying? But Live Long, like, yo, like, you understand? Like, that shit changed the game for the real ones. You know what I mean? So how that feel?
That, you know what I love? That made it to where artists that were duos had to step holding their partner down up. You know what I mean? That made duos like, damn, this nigga really holding them down. This nigga really holding them down to do records, to do songs. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, it wasn't a lot of rap duos when I went in. You know what I mean? It was rap duos, but it wasn't as many as now. And that just showed the camaraderie that me and my brother had, but that the love that he had for me, he made sure that he put my name. You know what I'm saying? Some people leave their homies for dead. You know, they could have left me for dead. Some people do that. But I just made partners look at each other. People like, damn, you fuck with me like that? Would you do that for me, my nigga?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because every partner, don't get it twisted. Every partner don't have what me and Nori have with family and things beyond music. So if certain partnerships, if they break up and one say fuck the other, and they don't speak, they don't have to. They could go their separate ways forever. and never speak again. But we in Islam can't do that because we got more attached, you know, to the family. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I like songs like that. You know what I'm saying? Because everywhere I go, there's somebody that's gonna say "Live long, live long." That was their favorite joint. You know what I'm saying? Just because it was dedicated to me in my time of despair, and I was down, and I was down and out. And my, you know how that goes.
That was my introduction to CNN, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
Mm-hmm.
First version of
I gotta add in Brother from Another Mother too. Like I definitely can't leave that out. Like sometimes in Brother from Another Mother, like those two joints too still put me like they put me in another space. You see what I'm saying? Like so that's another joint, man.
As much as me and my dog go through, you know what I'm saying? You know, we always try to make the songs to make like, oh, them niggas, whatever we heard, they is not true. Because we explain certain shit on record. You just gotta listen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We'll put it down for you and let you know. If we argue, we argue. When we fought, how we fought, what we fought over, it's all gonna be all right.
Right.
But real niggas is gonna understand all that though, because real niggas doing the same thing in their own life with their own main niggas that they love the most, because you really can't get angry with motherfuckers that you don't love to a certain level. You only really get super angry with people that you love. Other people, you really don't care what they do. Like if they walk yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So you don't get into arguments and all that type of shit unless you love somebody and shit. You like, nah, nigga, that ain't it. I want you to like. We supposed to do it like this, and you know.
If me and my nigga don't argue, somebody hiding something, somebody doing something they supposed to do, something ain't right. We gotta have an argument, a damn near fist fight, or something.
Yeah,
real shit.
Cause somebody
gotta see what you made of.
Somebody lying to somebody. Somebody ain't telling the truth.
That's fact.
About
That's
something. Fact. Somebody hiding something. If you agree, you can always agree to disagree,
right? Even
if it come to blows. But let me tell you something. Everybody argues. Everybody, whether it's man, woman, woman, it's inevitable.
Yeah, the children, everybody.
everybody. It's inevitable. You know what I'm saying? So if it don't happen and you're in a relationship and it's never argument, yeah, me and my baby don't argue. Somebody's lying. Somebody will bust a gasket in a minute. You know what I'm saying? They just holding that shit.
Right.
So like, yeah,
bro, am I good doing the 1-2 on this right here? Like
nah, hey, good.
Yeah. You good.
You good on my side.
I see sign light up. I was like, damn, he keeping it gangster. He making me want to go in. You know what I mean?
Hey, I'm an herbalist. I'm an herbalist right there. Herbs are always welcome.
I got my credentials.
Right. You got the herbs. We talk about herbs, and you know.
You talk about herbs, right, Slime? Yep. You talk about herbs. You're right.
So let me ask you, like, from your perception, if you had a choice, War Report 2, which one was your personal favorite?
Definitely the War Report, but
okay.
Technically, the reunion for me.
Crazy.
That's my favorite out of all three.
Okay.
You got 4 million niggas stomped out. I just want to let you know, 4 million niggas, and that's not like just black people. You got like 4 million. Like, y'all don't want to fuck with us?
Oh my god.
Crazy.
Yo, that's
crazy. I was look. I told you I dipped off. I was overseas. I was in Germany, and the DJ played that shit in the club.
Yo, listen.
Ball game.
Listen, I can't even say too much on that subject there because of where I'm from. All I can say is I was in the club on those legendary tunnel nights.
Oh yeah.
Tunnel nights. I'm from the South Bronx, you know, over by Yankees. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
those legendary tunnel nights. I was there.
You know.
Right. So that's all. That energy was a different kind of energy. Different kind of energy. It was a very strong energy. Like, it was a strong energy. That's why it's still lasting right now, the way it's looking right now, because it was a strong energy and it was really built on brotherhood and like in a way that I honestly never seen before. You know what I'm saying? Like that was some friendship shit. Like y'all niggas really made millions of dollars off of being buddies.
Yeah.
Period. Like that's how I see it from the outside looking in. This is just a group of friends that just decided to lock arms, and these niggas never let each other go.
Yeah.
Period. They with the same niggas right now. When you see any of these niggas, they with the same niggas they've been with since
day one.
Yeah.
That's what it's about, though, yo. That's what it's about.
Because you already know who got your back.
Yeah.
Even if nigga fuck you over, you know he fucked me over, but he got my back. Though.
Right.
Everybody got you niggas in the group.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't perfect.
So what made you see the potential in making the making people think again? Like, what made you see the potential? Because I know a lot of people that's in a position that has a resume, like what you have, they wouldn't necessarily they wouldn't come back. Like you coming back to the hood on a whole super, like niggas be thinking they coming back to the hood just because they passed through the neighborhood. Like nigga, you didn't come back to the hood because you drove through, nigga. That ain't driving through. Driving security and shit. Like nigga, that's not driving. That no, nigga. Coming back to the hood is like coming back, building shit up and
helping the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just because they drive through the hood, that it helps the hood. Yeah, I see such and such. Nah, if you ain't get out, you ain't do nothing, you ain't helping nothing.
Yeah.
For me, it was like, pardon me for cutting your wisdom, God.
No, go ahead.
When me and Lot went out and embarked on this mission, it was his wave that I got on my surfboard and jumped on. You know what I'm saying? Guess what? It was his wave that made me say, I'm gonna do something different. I'm a tap into the poem that maybe every 4 or 5 verses kick a jewel like what I might kick in a whole verse a lot. I might do a whole verse of the little jewels that I just kicked in other songs, but now I got to do this for a whole verse. Right. That put me to a test, right? I can't shoot nobody. I can't stab nobody. I can't talk about how I sold crack. I can't talk about the bitch on the corner. I can't do that. I got to uplift my people. I got to talk, positivity. I got to talk greatness. And for him, Book Smart got me beat by a landslide. So it helped me listening to him just talk at times, understand where did we want to go and where did I want to go with the album. You know what I'm saying? So, I commend this man right here because, sometimes a motherfucker will do something and they sound the same. We sound different, we think different, we act different, but we came together and made gumbo. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that was real because we didn't know off of one record. Sometimes it sounds good, but let's see you make 5 of those. Let's see you make 6 of those. And then that's where you hit the crossroads like, damn, I gotta sell crack somewhere in this shit. You know what I mean? You learn, you pay attention.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? I experience as a better MC?
Huh?
Do you feel like you've come out of this experience between the two of you building? Do you feel like you've become a better MC out of this experience?
Definitely. Like, if I look at it like this, right? As partners, Nori should be able to compliment me or help me when I might be in a brain blank. We start joking and laughing. Like, things like that make you better. Things like when we talked about Asada and Nzinga and the things I didn't know about Nzinga. Aside from what I kicked on that record, I might kick some about Nzinga that I learned from him on another record that have nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? So definitely make me better. Made me smarter, made me wiser, made me think more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well,
so more of that range. Now, let me ask.
That's a powerful because people don't normally think about who they're inspiring upward.
Mm-hmm.
Like we look downward to the people that we inspire, like the people that locally that's around us. We think about inspiring them. We rarely think about people that we don't know is watching or listening or inspired that way. So we gotta definitely that's a message right there. Just Lock on his grind, doing his shit, and Lock working on shit. You inspiring platinum, gold, like you know what I mean? Like, so everybody that's listening know that you're dropping the bucket counts somewhere. You might be inspiring somebody. You don't know who the fuck you're inspiring. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Wow. True indeed.
Somebody's getting inspired right now.
Fact.
Right now.
Their brother or their sister or their little cousin or somebody's inspiring them to do great, to be better. That's the whole thing, man. Like, I love talking about my past. I love talking about my history. I love talking about things of that nature. But I also love learning. Black men are scared to learn. They are afraid to seek knowledge.
That's a fact.
They are afraid to seek knowledge from their brother. They rather seek it from somebody else and say, I got that shit off YouTube. Who the fuck put that shit on YouTube?
Right.
But I'm telling you the same shit.
Right.
And you don't want to listen to me though. You want to take it off YouTube. See, that's our problem. So as brothers, we develop that system. We're gonna learn from each other. We're gonna listen. We're gonna chop it up because that's the only way it works.
Yeah.
In my book, I could be right, I could be wrong. But for me, I think communication and understanding that your brother can be right. I don't just gotta know how to cook crack. I don't just gotta know how to shoot guns. I can know how to read a book. I can know how to put a house together. I can know how to build something. Like, listen.
Change brakes.
Brakes, change diapers, change whatever. But at the end of the day, sometimes what my brother's telling me is right. And I'm not saying him in general. I'm saying my brother in general. You could be telling me what's right. And sometimes as a black man, we be scared to take it. What?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So, let me ask you. What? Let me ask you real quick. So on the track like Mobbin', you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The stage is set, and it bring boom bap into current era with all of that alchemy that's going on. You see what I'm saying? You hear Big, you hear Flush on the joint. You see what I'm saying? Shorty singing on the joint. All that gumbo all together, right? And then boom, you in the joint, and boom, you talking about creating a new normal or generational wealth. Where's your mind frame? We're looking at all of these things that's there. You know what it is. You see what I'm saying? So are you giving a new mind reference to Mobbin' as a whole, or you just like where are you?
First of all, that was very deep.
I like it.
I'm gonna tell you how this happened, man, just to keep it a buck. You know what I mean? Yo, Pone called. It was like, I need you at the studio tomorrow. We're doing this joint. And I'm like, all right, cool. And it was like, tomorrow. I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got you. I'm there. And I was thinking of the verse driving to the joint. You know what I'm saying? Just because, I wanted to just keep it fresh. I ain't know what was going on. But I just wanted to mention that and then just go into whatever I wanted to go into. You know what I'm saying? I just knew I was going to say something. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? This is my part on this point to say something. You know what I mean? So I wanted to slip that in there and then just, you know what I mean, let the rest take over. But it was really just, that was the mind frame going into the joint. Like, this is what I'm going to do.
I called everybody for that record and I ain't let nobody hear nobody's verse. I wanted everybody to be them on that record. 11 different energies, 11 different thoughts, 11 different opinions, 11 different history, vibe, Because once you hear somebody else's part on a symphony record, your part becomes part of their part. And it just goes like a chain effect. And I mean, everybody starts to sound alike. So when you hear brothers like Zay, and he's saying how he sound, and then you hear brothers like Nino, he sound how he sound, totally different.
Right.
Yeah, that was dope too.
Right.
But if they would have heard Flush part, they might have tried to rhyme more, or they might have tried to do more instead of just being them. Yeah. So I thought everybody clear from what anybody else did, and that's why that song came out so crazy. Wow.
Flush said, "Don't let too much truth fuck up a good story." That's what it was. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, this is amazing to hear something and to resurrect it, because you know that joint don't get old. You know, that's the remix. But then, yeah, you see what I'm saying? And then it's like aficionado type situation, saying like, okay, you know what I'm saying, mess with my crew. This, you know what it is. You see what I'm saying? You follow my crew. But then everybody brings out that their own unique style, and then boom, I'm like, you know, like hearing Jay on Dead Prez Hell Yeah remix. You see what I'm saying? You're like, what the fuck is he doing on there? And then it's like, all right. And he said, we broke those boxes. Like, yo, it's gonna say, like, these people will never do shit with these, you know, like all of them all together, and everybody sound hungry. You see what I'm saying? Everybody sound hungry, and then boom, you know, you're old to big in the verse. You see what I'm saying? At the same time, like, you know what the fuck that shit mean for all of the blood that was around in the streets, to be able to come back and heal it and give it a refocus. And it still sound like hip hop. And it was still giving way to incorporating a new sound at the same time. So I just wanted to shout that out real quick.
Thank you, fam. Thank you. I love the journey of making that record, man. Just the journey of it was so amazing. Just watch everybody be surprised on how the other person sounded once they heard their voice, heard their verse. Because all the game motherfuckers 4 bars. If you can't talk shit in 4 bars, you ain't artist. You got 4 bars to talk shit. And everybody talk their shit in 4 bars.
Yeah.
It came out dope. I love it.
Let me ask you this.
Video will be out in about a few days. Great video for it.
Yeah, there we go. That was one of my questions.
Yeah, great video.
I got to go back in history for this one, though. This is one of my favorite songs of all time. My government that my daddy named me was Tony. You know my daughter name is Tony. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how much sales y'all nigga. Like, I played that shit probably 1 million times alone. So I need this story on
and went crazy on the instrumental.
Facts. I did it for the love of cash, Yana.
I think I might have had the best song start off in all gangster history. I might have had the best song start off. I did it for the love of cash, Yana. Like,
across the
you know how many people right now I met that said they played and said that in front of the judge, and the judge was like, "What'd you say?" He's like, "Nothing." But they just said it. Like they said it. Like they really said it. But they really saying that shit. Like, yeah, do you have anything to say in court? Yeah, listen, judge, I did it for the love of cash on it. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm like, holy shit. There's more really playing
that shit gotta feel great, my nigga.
That song got some of the most fly. That song got some of the. Yeah, that song got some of the dopest hip hop lines in history. Like, that shit got a couple of top 10 joints in history. Yeah. That shit right there, I did it for the love of cash, Yana, trafficking, cross the Arizona, coke in the marijuana. Like, first of all, you did some early shit right there that niggas don't credit you for.
Yeah.
On that right there, you bent those words to rhyme together. So now niggas credit Eminem with bending words and shit, but niggas been bending words in New York. Also, Traj got some bars on there.
Crazy. Yeah.
The birth of my seeds and live again.
Yeah.
Reach heaven in the pearly white accurate.
Yo, then I'm a shot to the last sin. Resurrect through the birth of my son.
I said, God damn. Now, Locke, you know I can't mention none of your shit because I'm biased to my favorite Locke song. I got,
I know.
From here on out, you know what I mean? That's from here on out, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm biased to that shit forever.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Definitely thank you for being inspirational.
Hey, redemption could have been in Shatters though. Just you know what I'm saying. Just you know what I'm saying. Could have been in Shatters, man. Redemption could have been in the Shatters, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
boy shit. Like I love the elementals all together. You see what I'm saying? You putting the mental elementals together. You know what I mean? So you putting from that. You see what I'm saying? Those cross culturally. You know, these is cultures that might be in conflict. You see what I'm saying? Depending on where you are, how you are, because of lack of understanding. You see what I'm saying? And then other folk intervening in our affairs, making us looking like we all different from one another. Oh, you from the islands, I'm from here, from there. You see what I'm saying? The celebration of all these cultures caused like a cultural cornucopia. You see what I'm saying? Where they all play and they gather. You know what I mean? So I love that, man.
And I like that too. My man over there ate some pizza called the itis. I don't know if y'all catch the snoring in the audience. I'm about to splash this nigga with some water. I know y'all hip hop, man. I got Papa Chief with me. Come here, Chief. Come on, man. I got Papa Chief with me. That nigga about to splash that nigga with some water because that's my brother.
Lord, so little Papa Chief. Whoa. God damn.
But you never know who I was hanging with, hang out with. You know what I'm saying? You never know brothers. So that's just showing you that, like it's levels to this shit, man. You keep the people around you that support you, that you could support them, that you could be their friend. Because guess what? One thing's for certain, two things for sure. ODB is not with us, but guess what? He's with us. When Chief is with me, he's here.
That's it. Because chamber all day. Chamber all day.
Everybody know the history. I ain't even got to say the history. But that's my brother. Any Jay-Z might have jumped out the closet, but no, I have Papa Chief with me. That's it.
Whoa. Not out the closet.
No, not out the closet.
Out the coop.
I got a lot of people that I genuinely got love for that's artists in this game, man, that they might not be on the front street, on the front line, but they here. They still doing them, you know what I'm saying? They still doing what they're supposed to do. And my brother Chief doing what he's doing, man. So get back to the script. I had greatness in the building with me.
No, it's all good. That's love.
I want to give my brother his flowers, you know what I'm saying?
So let's
it's great that I'm going on with y'all, brothers. We all got knowledge.
Word. How y'all feel about this current the hip hop? Like you got the Benny the Butchers, the Conways, you know what I mean, the whole Griselda movement, the whole upstate movement with 38 Spaz, the Trust Gang, and the Ransom. It's a whole like another era of dudes ushering I think it's a new golden era of hip hop. If you ask, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? It's like the pandemic produced a shitload of great music.
Yeah, because everybody was able to tap in with themselves. You had no choice. You couldn't go no fucking with it. So your bars became more intimate. A lot of brothers' bars became more intimate because you wasn't seeing shit. So now you're reflecting. If you listen to a lot of pandemic freestyles and people that came up was doing shit on the web, they was reflection bars. It wasn't I'm on Rodeo Drive and no nigga, you in your fucking house.
Right.
All you gotta do is look in the mirror and see your fucking self.
Right.
Those are those bars, you know what I'm saying? So when I hear Griselda, when I hear a lot of people, I just look at it like, damn, they utilize their time wisely. You could tell who utilized their time wisely and who didn't.
Yeah.
Because whatever their profession is, basketball, bars, whatever it is, you could tell. Yeah. James Harden came back fat as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Triple-double.
He slimmed this shit down and got right. He got so much money, he could do it. I would do the same thing, but it just at that time, everybody had a chance to recollect and sit back and spend time on their craft. I look at it like this: if you in your house, they tell you can't go no fucking where, and you don't spend 8 hours a day on your craft, you ain't taking this shit serious. I don't know if it's 2 hours here, an hour there, 2 hours here, an hour here, just to figure out something, find out something, learn something.
Yeah.
You ain't taking this shit serious enough.
Real shit.
Because a lot of people don't get the chance to sit down unless they got a broken leg, a broken hip, got shot, stabbed, or whatever. They ain't got a chance to sit down. They constantly moving. And we all had fucking a lot of ample time to sit down.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. That's real shit. That's real shit.
So, yo, at what point, and this question's for both of y'all, at what point did you realize, like, yo, I can do this MC shit for real? Because anybody can write a nice line, write a cool song. But when did the two of you realize, like, yo, we can do this for real? We're not just some dudes from the neighborhood that's got a rap or something like that. Like, yo, I can do this shit with the best of them.
Yeah. Let me go.
You go first. Well, I go first. Then you can just it off. For me, it was it was like two moments. One, I started rhyming early, 3rd grade. Bouncing. Everybody banging on the lunch table. We doing that type of stuff. So in the 4th grade or somewhere around there, I had my first battle. Lost it. Crazy, right? It was terrible. And I felt like that night, it was like one of the worst nights of my life. I'm crying, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the shower thinking of bars I should have said. That made me not care what people thought. You know what I mean? So when you're like, yo, when did you know that you could do this? That made me be like, yo, I'm doing this. You know what I mean? Outside of the influences that I was already listening to, because my mission was like, it wasn't about, you know what I mean? Now it's personal. Now I'm doing this. And then when I felt like, yo, I could make a career or something like that. It was I had a deal offered to me. You know what I'm saying? It didn't work out, but it was a bunch of logistics. But I didn't have a deal offered to me. That's inaccurate. I went to a record label and everybody was interested in the demo that me and my man dropped off. And it was like this big thing. And it was,
they're coming.
It was Rough House and Columbia Records. You know what I'm saying? Went to Philly. They had an office out there. And we popped the record in. Everybody went crazy. And we went to another room. Everybody went crazy again. But the main guy or something like that, he was busy with another artist and things got crazy, you know what I'm saying? And then we didn't end up coming back. And it was that's a whole different story. But those are the influence that I'll say changed my perspective of when I said, yo, I can do this.
Those got crazy, huh?
Yeah, for me, when I first realized like I was on to something, and it's crazy how our paths just cross and connect. But when I was dealing with Faith Newman at Columbia, and Traj had her working with us, and she dig my shit. I was like, word, you dig my shit? She was like, I'm gonna get you a situation. And that's when, I did the song with Butt Naked Tim Dog, not Compton Tim Dog, but the producer who did all Jodeci and Lost Boy shit at that time. And but that was when I realized, like, cool, I'm on to something. But when I realized, like, oh, this shit is it, is when I did LA, New York. And the world started talking about us overnight. Like literally, I went from going to sleep, from making a record, going to sleep, to a week later, hearing my shit on the radio. Phoenix dropping 1,000 bombs. And I'm like, as a little kid, I felt like they had 5 heartbeats when they heard this shit on the radio. I damn near fell out my bed like, oh. It was crazy. And I said, you know what? Mama, we made it. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when my life changed. You know what I'm saying? That's when my life changed.
What's advice that you would give to the next generation?
Shit. Stay sucker free. Know your business. And make sure You go buy the
Tell
wool.
us about that merch you got going on. Let's plug these projects.
sure
You know
you
what I'm
go
saying? I
buy
got some projects
classic
coming up,
collections.
all kind of stuff. You done blessed us with some merch. You done blessed us with Daz Dillinger. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got all kind of stuff going on. Let's get into what's going on upcoming.
Because right now, you know what I'm saying? Let me lay it down. Let me lay the law down. Us two together is Smart Thug ENT. Woo! That's what we are. Smart Thug ENT.
Nice.
That's what we are. So, you know, yeah. That's what we are.
Fire.
Let me get one of those.
You know what I mean? That's what we are. So let me break it down. We Smart Thug ENT. Smart Thug Apparel will be on the way. I go by the name of Capone. It's my brand, Akasi Collection. This is my middle name. My government middle name is Akasi. My cousin's middle name is Akasi. He named his son Akasi. So naturally, Akasi is the brand to go with. It's generational.
Nah, that's fire.
You know, I'm doing an album with me and Daz. It's coming out on Empire Records. You know what I'm saying? The album is called Guidelines. And we got the single out right now with Corrupt and Nori. And then, you know, we got Conway on the album. We got Styles P. We got Currency. We got Mr. Fab. We got, I said Havoc, right? Did I say Havoc from All Deep? He's not on the album, but he produced 2 joints on the album. And the joint he's on, he produced. And we got MOP. Did I say MOP? We got MOP. I keep going. It gets interesting, right? It just keeps going, right? We got MOP. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's just all I can keep in my mind right now. Yeah. The album is bonkers. Like we got a single that we about to drop called "Shut the Fuck Up." We just shot the video for it in Atlanta, and shit, man. You know, we got our Capone Daz pre-rolls for all the people who like to get high. You could log on to Capone Daz pre-rolls page and just learn that if it's available in your state or your city. You know, I don't know how that go. We don't sell bud, but I don't know how that go. But you know, we could get to it. So Capone Daz pre-rolls. That's what we do. And that's everything. That's basically going on right now, and that's the wave. Come on, John. That's what we call it.
So at this point, for both of y'all, what artists have you not worked with yet that you would like to work with?
Oh man. For me, man, that's such a why, you know, I would have, you know, I like to get a beat from Pete Rock, you know what I'm saying? Do a joint with Nas and Black Thought, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's too crazy of a question, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. Yo, hold on. Pose at the right. That's a speed bag. Shit.
You can't even take a second to think on that, so you just gotta keep going.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You gotta go.
Crazy.
That'd be crazy.
That's super tough.
That is a great combination, because I know my brother hold his own, and Lock will hold his own.
Right.
Hell yeah. Lock might give niggas some work.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I'm not gonna say all that.
You know what I'm saying? But I definitely don't want to.
These still my peers. These are my peers. This is my brother. This is my peers. Those are my peers. We do not judge our peers. We congratulate.
Right. Look, I'm a fan though. I could talk some shit for you, Lock. Fuck that. Get them before you get in there. You gotta let them niggas know. Fuck that. Them niggas is like the old champions. You know what I'm saying? You the young hungry nigga with one belt right now. You still trying to come up. You gotta get the niggas back in shape after you get the niggas.
Your hands is moving, Throw the guard to the left or right, the hook to the jab real quick. Oh my God. Let me see.
Hell yeah, man. This was a good show right here.
Nah, say word. Nah, that's fire though, man. Like,
Holy cow.
So when the project dropped, where does everybody go to find it?
We could wrap this joint. Word. We're gonna wrap this joint up. We're gonna wrap this joint up and Block, I gotta get with you so I can schedule y'all for Dr. Enqi platform. You know what I'm saying? Get y'all on there together.
Wait,
let's unpack some more things.
Wait, Knowledge, before we leave, where do we find y'all music when it drops? Where should we look for it at?
Oh, it's out right now. It's out right now. All platforms. You can look at just Capone and Lock or Lock and Capone. However you look, it's there. Whoa.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
How about Killa? What up, baby?
Proud Killa.
We in the building, baby. Yeah, just let us know when y'all want to set us up for get on any other platform y'all need us on, man. We locked and loaded, family.
Yo, we need us, man. Word, this shit was fire.
Thanks for coming through, man. I appreciate
every single doubt, man. Without a doubt.
Y'all brothers have a blessed night.
Dr. Enqi, you already know, man. Please, Killa, on the plug. Peace to you, brothers. Right there.
Salute my brothers, man. Y'all night be blessed, and y'all be safe out here, man.
Salute the same to you, bro.
Right, family.
Peace.
Salute, baby.
Salute, God.
Hey, man.
We out, man.
Hold up.
Hold up.
Mm-hmm.
No, Knowledge, you're not cutting it, right?
Yeah.
You about to cut it right now?
Yeah, I gotta go to another drink.
Okay, yo.
Yeah. I got some people waiting right now. Go ahead.
Yo, my bad. Hold on. Give me 30 seconds, yo. Yo, before we go, yo, big shout out, shout out 300 Gangsters. Yo, shout out Mafia Lane Entertainment. Yo, follow me on IG at Striving for Perfection _43. And yo, big shout out. Yo, this is my shit right here. Yo, shout out to Most High.
Get that.
Shout out to Most High Apparel Company. Yo,
get that.
DM me if you want to cop a joint, man. Yo, holla at me. That's it, yo. At Striving for Perfection _43. And yo, holla at us on Sunday. We got an album review for Sincere Love to God, The Spear and the Shield. Big shout out to him. And yo, fuck with us, man.
Going up. Episode 3 about to be crazy. Imam Thug, we about to get another QB represent up in here. You understand?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
It's up, my nigga.
Sincere Love to God. We got QB's own Imam Thug, the immortal legend himself, going to be in the building. And it's going all the way up, from here. Hip Hop Legends Podcast, man. Y'all see what we doing. Most high. Pass that. Killa, what you got?
Not a motherfucking thing. Man. I tried to play the background, but yo, this shit was dope. I know you always buck for this shit. You know what I'm saying? 2 dope MCs, and it was great to have them on. And I can't wait to do more shows like this in the future. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, nigga, yo, we Voltron, my nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Niggas Voltron out this bitch, bro. You know what I'm saying? This shit is motherfucking. That shit a motherfucking layup.
Yo, you said 30 seconds, man. You said 30 seconds. 30 seconds is up, man. All right? You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Out of here.
All right, peace.
Salute, man.
Peace, y'all.
Yeah. Now we gonna tell them. That in front. We tell them like this, yo. I'm an African. I'm an African. I'm an African. I'm an African. Yeah, y'all like that. No more.